Well everyone, to celebrate iPhone pre-order day, which happened this morning, you can now go out and pre-order the iPhone Air and any of the iPhone 17s. We actually got our hands on Apple's brand new accessories for those phones. So we have the new tech woven case, the new bumper case, as well as Apple's new clear case for the iPhone Air. I'm most excited to see the new bumper case because it kind of gives you this retro feel from days past in the iPhone 4 series, but then also I kind of want to see what Apple's doing with this tech woven case and maybe compare it to another company that also makes kind of woven cases that I've seen in the past. So without further ado, let's unbox these, see what they're all about, and then give you guys my recommendations as to whether or not they're worth it for you. Let's get into it. But now, before we continue, if you enjoy videos like this one, we keep you updated on all things Apple, and if you want to see our reviews of the brand new iPhones that come out, consider subscribing to the channel. But now, let's get these things unboxed. Well, alright everyone, as you can see right here, we have the iPhone Air case, the clear one, we have the bumper one, which does support camera control, as they both do, and then we have the iPhone 17 Pro tech woven case. So this should be interesting to see what this is all about. I also brought over the iPhone Air dummy model that I've been using throughout this process to kind of test out especially these two cases, because I'm very curious to see how they work. We also reviewed the iPhone Air MagSafe battery yesterday, definitely check that one out. And then I brought my Pitaka case over here because they use Aramid fiber and it's a woven material as well, so I'm curious to see how they compare. But first, let's actually open up the iPhone 17 Pro tech woven case, see what that's about because we don't actually have an iPhone to put this on. So we're gonna open this up, typical Apple fashion, very easy to put on and off. And you can see right here that they have little lanyard holes for the first time. So before, there used to be a little hole for the speakers, and I'm sure it doubles as a speaker hole as well. With Apple's new lanyard line, I guess I ended up not getting it because I'm just not a fan of lanyards when it comes to phones and stuff like that. But you can see that Apple's really kind of pushing it in the beginning as probably like a lifestyle thing. But if we open this up, this is what you're greeted with. I'm still trying to get used to the new gigantic camera cutout when it comes to Apple products, but this is what it is. So it is a nice kind of, as you can hear, it's a very familiar sound if you guys know what I'm talking about. On the camera, it kind of looks like it's distorted a little bit, which is kind of funny, but in reality, that's just the wovenness of it all. And I do think this is going to be a little bit more successful than the fine woven case, because with fine woven, Apple made that as a replacement for the genuine leather cases. People were upset about it, and then they tried to mimic what leather is with a natural patina and everything that comes with that, and it just, you know, it flopped drastically. Like, people immediately started to rub off on the color, like the thing started to fall apart after a week or two, and they were expensive cases, they weren't cheap. You can definitely get cheaper ones pretty much anywhere else, but this is what the new one looks like, and I think it's going to be more successful because it's not replacing anything. It's just a new category that they came out with, and this is not going to be there to replace leather, it's just there as a kind of higher premium case for Apple. But as you can see, this is this nice kind of like fabric. You have the embossed Apple logo here, which kind of divots in as well, as you can see. You have the camera bump, and I do like the attention to detail here, how it does lift up a little bit. You also have the clicky buttons, which is kind of with a chrome finish, which is nice. So it does color match, but it's also a little bit more shiny, a little bit more chrome. You have the camera control section here, so it is covered, which is nice as well. You have the speaker grills, so okay, this is what we're learning in real time. You do have the speaker grills, and then on top of that, you have the extra lanyard holes right here. So to each their own. If you do want to get into that, go for it. If not, then it is what it is. And what I've learned is that those lanyards are actually magnetic as well. So you're secured in not only via these little holes, but there's a little bit of magnetism. And then you have your volume rockers and your action button right there, which again, still has that chrome design. And on the inside, surprisingly, I thought Apple would opt to do some sort of microfiber on the inside, but it is the same material that's on the outside, which is nice to see. So, I mean, it'll still protect your phone. I don't think it's going to add any scuffs and scratches. Like, microfiber would have been nice, but I'm sure Apple knows what they're doing. And then to compare it to another woven case that I use, so this Pitaka's Aramid fiber woven case, and the weave, well, you can still feel the weave on this. You can still feel the individual weaves. This one is just a different type of weave. If you really zoom in here, you can see that there are individual weaves very similar to this Aramid fiber one. It's just a different design and a different material choice. So I guess aesthetically, even though they do look both woven, this wovenness is a little bit more of a protrusion. Like, you feel the individual different threads poking out at you a little bit more, versus this one, you can still feel them, but they're a little bit more kind of subsided. They're much lower and more kind of on a plain field. Just some comparison to show you guys from the old models of some other woven cases that I've used in the past. But I do like that this feels sturdy. There's a little bit of give to it, as you can see. You have the MagSafe right here. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, but this is for the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. So now let's check out these iPhone Air cases, because we have the bumper case, which just says camera control, and then you have the iPhone Air case, which says camera control and MagSafe. Let's see if this dummy model is precise enough to really show off what we need to show off. But let's quickly just unbox this clear case, because again, should be pretty self-explanatory, nothing too crazy. You can probably find a very, very similar case for like 10 bucks online. I'll link one below. And I kind of want to see, of course, the quality of this one is going to be pretty high quality. It's Apple, you know, we expect that at this point, especially for the price. But this is what the case looks like. You can see that it is frosted. So this is kind of a clear case, but it is a frosted clear case. It has the MagSafe rings right there, which is cool to see. And down here, you can see that it is a complete cutout. So this doesn't have any speaker grills or holes, but it does have the holes on here for the lanyard as well. So that is kept there, but this is a complete cutout. You still have the camera control button cover, which is really, really nice. They're able to fit that on such a slim case. It is insane how thin this case is. I mean, look at that. Like, absolutely insane how thin the case is, but still sturdy, which is nice to see. So if I slap this in here, let's see how precise this iPhone model really is. Slaps in. It's good to know that the dummy model does work, but this is what it looks like when it is on. And if, let's say I pull out the MagSafe battery, and then if I pull out the MagSafe battery, this is kind of the package that you're dealing with here. So this attaches, and this is what it looks like. So nice complete package. It does get a little thick, but it's still not super heavy. Like, I can see why people would want to do this, and then you just kind of pop it off. Somebody commented the other day about the MagSafe battery pack, how most people are upset with the fact that it doesn't work with anything else, or upset with a bunch of facts about it. But somebody mentioned it and compared it to replaceable batteries back in the day. Back in the day, people were able to take out the battery and put in a brand new one. I remember my dad with these Motorola phones. He would have like 6 batteries in the car because he would just be on the phone all day. He would just pop them in and out, so he'd never run out of battery. This is kind of the same idea. It's just in a different form factor and in 2025 instead of 2001. But I actually like the feel of this case. It is very kind of sticky, so you can feel it kind of sticking to yourself, especially if you have some clammy hands. But got the camera bump over here to protect the whole camera, a little bit of a lip to protect the screen. But overall, nice little package. I just don't really think it's worth like $50 or $60 when you can get the same thing for like $10 on Amazon. But now let's open up this iPhone Air bumper, because that's the one that I'm most excited about. That's the one that's kind of got me reminiscing a little bit from back in the day. If you guys remember those iPhone 4 and 4S bumpers that Apple made, I absolutely love those bumpers. Let's pull this thing out. This is cool, guys. Very, very cool. Nice and snug fit. This is what the bumper looks like. Again, it is a bumper, so it has a give, it has no back. It does turn and flip. You have your buttons over here. Now these are more mushy, for lack of a better term, way more mushy. You do have the lanyard holes. You have some speaker grills down there. You have the cutout for the USB-C port, more lanyards, camera control still, so they were able to fit camera control on this bumper. And then you have the hold button. And then to put this on, from what I hear, it's actually very, very snug. And again, it's snug for a reason. The way that they want you to put this on is from top to bottom. So let's do that. If I just kind of do one of these guys. Ooh, this is a tight fit. Again, this is a dummy model, so I don't know how accurate it is, and I don't want to break this. But we got it on here. So again, very, very, very snug fit. And I think that's on purpose, obviously, because they want to make sure that it doesn't fall off. And it's supposed to protect your phone. But I really like the look of it, because you can still, it feels a little bit more robust when you're holding it. So it doesn't feel as thin, but in a good way. And then you can still feel the thinness if you actually feel the screen and you're kind of holding it like this or playing around with it like this. Very, very cool. And then same thing, if I throw the MagSafe battery pack on here to kind of see what that looks like, this almost kind of fits like a little cubby in here too. So I think that's kind of the design language here. Very cool finish. I think I'm gonna go, if I stick with the iPhone Air, I'm either gonna go caseless because that's the point of having such a beautiful phone, or I'll go with the bumper because it's something unique, it's something different, and it kind of makes the MagSafe battery feel more like it belongs there, for lack of a better term. But overall, very cool case. I'm just happy Apple brought something cool back that, you know, was something very popular way back in, I don't know, 2010 maybe, 2011. Let me know in the comment down below what you think. But those are the 3 cases I wanted to show off. I just wanted to give you guys a detailed look to make sure you understand what you're getting when you're paying your $50, $60, $70 for these cases. Because like I said, they're not cheap. You can find something much similar to the Tech Woven for maybe $20, $25. You can definitely find this clear case for like $5 to $15. And I'm sure case manufacturers are already working on bumpers for these phones. So I'll leave some link down below if you guys want to check out. Definitely stay tuned. I have a whole video coming out with a bunch of different iPhones cases that I've been receiving over the past couple days. I'm just waiting for a couple more to show up, and I'll give you guys a huge kind of roundup of some of my favorite cases for you guys to slap on your phone, because I know that 85% of people here in the US slap a case on their phone, no matter which phone they have. But that'll do for this video. Let me know in the comment down below what you think. Are you picking up any of these first-party cases, or are you picking up a third-party case? If you made it to the end, leave a little dolphin, and if you want to watch more videos like this, click on one of these right here. Until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace.